Hey guys, Shadney back with another Scrapdemic 2020 scrapbooking process video. Um, I've had one every day for this whole week, I guess. And then I've got another one today. Tomorrow, I'm not sure if I'm gonna have a process video or a scrapbooking related video. We're going on a little mini vacation, so it might be more like a vlog kind of about our trip or something like that. So it might be a little different tomorrow. But tonight I have this really fun layout. And this layout was inspired by a layout that Jody Compton did. And if you don't follow her, I will post a link to her YouTube channel and Instagram down below as soon as I get this video posted. And her channel is Floppy Eared Farm. I think I said that right. And she's got really cool layouts. She is on the Paper Issues design team and I think Spiegel Mom Scraps design team as well. And she has a lot of really cute stuff. And she did a layout not that long ago for Paper Issues that was clouds with like rainbow raindrops. And it just inspired me to do this with this one because these photos of India, she's crying and sick and yucky. And so I was just sad and, like crying and raindrops. And so I was saying when it rains, it pours, because in these photos she had she was teething and she had her very first cold when she was a tiny baby. So the title for this layout will be When It Rains, It Pours. And so right now, the whole point I was telling you, I was inspired by Jody for this layout. And I also wanted to do it for this specific one because she is playing along with Scrapdemic 2020 today, and she posted her video this morning. I'm going to go watch it after this. So I will leave a link to that and to her Instagram down below if you want to go follow her and give her likes and subscribes and comments and all the wonderful things, because it's really awesome that she's joining in for me or with me. So anyways, what I'm doing now is I've picked out 4 or 5 different papers in various shades from cream with black print on it down to gray and then black with cream print on it, just to look like rain clouds. They're 6x6 and 6x8 paper pad sheets. I've been trying to use more and more of my 6x6 and 6x8 because I usually tend to hoard them and not use them. And the last couple months I've been really trying to dig into them and not be afraid to use them up. So I pulled out ones from there to do. So what I'm doing is I've just taken these and I went darkest on bottom up to the lightest on top, and I just roughly drew like rain clouds and I'm fussy cutting those out. And then I'm going to layer them up and adhere them all together. So the rain clouds will be at the top and then the raindrops coming down from the top. And I had several different things in mind, and then it turned out like not way different, but a little bit different than what I imagined. But I really, really love how this layout turned out. It makes me so super happy. So you'll see how it goes, but it wasn't drastically different. It was just little touches that made it different. Like I thought the rain clouds were just going to be white clouds, but I really love the layered look like this that I ended up doing. So once I get them kind of set up, I did decide there was like a little bit of a hole over there on the right. So I added just another little bump to one of the clouds. So now I'm going to go ahead and start adhering everything down. I do, for the entire layout, all these small pieces, I do ink the edges really, really heavily because I thought, it just gave it some more, I don't know, like raindrop kind of fun. I mean, not really fun because it's sad and dreary, but it fits the theme. And then I'm going around after I ink the edges, going around and kind of roughing up not really roughing, I guess, just like kind of peeling up the edges just to curling them up a little bit just to give it some more dimension and texture. So I'm adhering those down, and then I'm also going to fast forward, I think, in just a second because this is boring. So you get the idea, and now I come up to the two cream colored ones, and I want to pop those up with foam dots. So I'm laying them across the top, and I'm going to adhere them together to make one big long strip rather than trying to adhere one and then like overlapping. It just seemed easier to do it like this. Now I'm going in with Stampin' Dimensionals and adding just a bunch of Stampin' Dimensionals. And then I will fast forward because this part is boring as well. And then now they're there. They're all attached. So I'm coming back in with my photos. Sorry about that. I am getting rid of my scraps, but I will keep a piece so I can make a little template, a little raindrop template. I should have cut that out, but I didn't. So I take a little piece of paper and I fold it in half, and then I just make this little raindrop shape, and then I use that as my template to cut out all my raindrops in the future. And I just keep cutting until it's the shape I like. And then I've pulled out 4 different 6x8 pieces of paper, and one of them I'm using both sides, but the other, so I end up using 5 different patterns basically is what it is. So, and they're all just various shades of cream and like a light aqua blue. So I will just trace and cut out my raindrop, and then I heavily ink the edges once again. And then I'm going to fast forward, and now I have all these raindrops. I think I cut 4 out of each color, and then I'm just randomly scattering them along the page or across the page, just getting the look I want. And I will have some up at the top, like overlapping the clouds, some not touching the clouds and just tucked behind my photos, just all over. And at this point in my head, I was thinking I was going to attach all of them with foam dots or like Stampin' Dimensionals, because I was thinking I like the texture of that. I wanted them to be raised and different. And then I thought if I did like baker's twine hanging from the clouds down to the raindrops would be kind of cool. It would look like they're like falling from the sky. But that seemed like it would get messy looking. I didn't really want to do that, but I wanted them to have texture. I just needed to do something. So what I did is I went through, and you can see now I fast forwarded. I have gone in and just sewn with my sewing machine just down the middle of each raindrop. I didn't go all the way down the whole sheet, just down each raindrop and maybe 1/4 of an inch above and below, just to hold down. And then I'm going back and just popping up each raindrop the sides so that it'll give it lots of dimension. In real life, I mean, it looks good on here, but in real life, it is so cool. I really love how this layout is turning out. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere my photos together so I can just use them as one solid piece. And then I'm going to add fun foam to the back because I, of course, have to have all the dimension. So I'm just tracing my fun foam to see what size they need to be, because it's like an odd shape now that they're adhered together. And then I did use pink. I don't always match my fun foam to my paper, but the pink background, I thought the pink fun foam could be cool, especially if it like peeks out at all, which it doesn't, but I don't know, in my head it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach this to my layout and then go from there. And at this point, I know what I want my title, but then after that, I wasn't really sure embellishment wise what I really wanted to do because I felt like it would be done at that point. So I'm going to pull out my thickers, and these are from the new something forest. Hidden Forest? No. I can't remember. But the new crepe paper collection, Wonderful Forest, Whimsical Forest, something like that. It's a really, really cute collection. I haven't gotten any of the rest of it yet, but I've got the thickers. So, and they've got, they're like a cream, and they've got a like coppery kind of foiling on them. Anyways, so I pull out my wax paper because wax paper is awesome. And I go ahead and add my title so I can kind of move it around and make sure that's where I want it. And then, and you can see me kind of playing with it. I don't know. I just couldn't really get it how I wanted it. And then I end up loving it, but it just didn't, nowhere I put it felt right. So I just went ahead and did it, just went for it and stuck it down. So I did pull out my grid ruler and use that to line up at the bottom so that my words stay straight. At the top, I didn't use it because I could straight line up with the top of the page, but at the bottom down here, I couldn't line up with the bottom of the page. And so that made it a little difficult. But just like any thickers, these thickers, okay, they're a different kind of texture than the normal thickers. They seem a little bit more pliable, like bendy and stuff, and they kind of seem like they might be stickier. I don't know, but I am one that would rather be safe than sorry. So I'm going ahead and adhering these down with my Nuvo adhesive. Then I'm fast forwarding because it's just getting too long. So I don't have a lot of journaling I want to add to this. I just want to mention that she was, in these photos, she was teething and then she got her first cold. So it was very sad. So I'm just cutting a few journaling strips just to do a little bit of journaling. And then I'm going to add it up there below the When It Rains title, part of the title. So I'm starting to write, and then I want to make sure I'm measuring to make sure it'll fit in that little alcove up there. I just want it to feel like it can tuck up there. And then I go ahead and finish my journaling. And then I pull out these really awesome, I wanted to add dimension to these journaling strips, and when I went to cut out Fun Phone strips, all of a sudden I realized, or I remembered that I had bought these and I have not yet used them. They are from Stampin' Up. They are dimensional. They're like foam adhesive, but they're strips, like little skinny strips. So they will be perfect for shaker, like cards or shaker embellishment pieces. I haven't used them yet, but I'm going to have to do that soon because they would be amazing for that. No more like trying to fit your little tiny squares together. So, sorry, I'm kind of out of breath now, just talking so much and so fast. So I get those adhered down at the top. I go ahead to pull out some embellishments. I got this wood veneer piece from, I can't remember right now. My brain just blanked. I'm going to think about it and then I'll tell you in a minute. But it's from a small online shop that she does a lot of like wood veneer and acrylic pieces. She has like a laser cutter and does stuff like that. And I finally got an order placed and now I can't even remember what it's called. Anyways, it's really, really cute. Big fat wood veneer piece. And so I trimmed off the edge so it would look like it's tucked under the photo just because that foam was under there and I couldn't tuck it very well. So, and then I have some of Iris's little tiny felt hearts from Whimsy Fox Crafts and added those in 3 spots to do little embellishment clusters. And then I have some of the Maggie Holmes Sunny Days gemstones or rhinestones, and I pulled out, they had little teardrops, so I do end up pulling out the teardrops and using those. Oh, I forgot, used one of Iris's labels. It's my last one. I just placed an order today. I'm so excited, and I got like 4 or 5 different colors. I'm so excited for them to come. But I used my last one on this layout. So, but it fit perfectly right there, and added my little embellishment cluster, and I added the date. So it was perfect. And then I added just these little, just the silver of the little raindrops to these little clusters. And then that is it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really love how this page turned out. Thank you so much to Jody Compton for joining in on Scrapdemic with me, and for the wonderful inspiration. You got to go over to Instagram and check out her layout. It was really pretty with nice rainbows. So anyways, thank you again for watching. If you like this video, please hit like, subscribe if you want to see more, leave comments if you have any questions or anything, or want to say anything. I love getting comments and hearing feedback from you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and happy scrapping. Bye.